and you are watching this very special video on how to develop your third eye. Now, third eye is very essential in order to strengthen your intuition, in order to develop your psychic abilities. And a lot of people would like to know more about their life, would like to know more about how their future is going to be. And that is where developing a third eye and making it more powerful is going to help you to delve deeper into what's going to happen, what can be done, what should not be done, etc. Right? So we are going to discuss all the different techniques, how you can awaken, how you can activate your third eye. Okay, so stay tuned. We are going to check different techniques and different methods. It might have been that if you have researched something in this area, you might have found some additional techniques, but these are the best according to me. So let's get started with this. So the first and very important technique so that your third eye starts developing, it gets activated and starts developing, is the meditation technique. You can say, oh, meditation. That's such a common word that I have heard. It's a very common word, but you have to bring it into regulation into your day-to-day life. And meditation and meditating regularly, plus meditating with an intention to strengthen your third eye and your other chakras, is going to help you to bring that empowerment into your chakras. Okay, the second powerful method is the Tratak. It's a yogic exercise that is essential, and yeah, it's important if you really are serious about bringing like powers to your third eye and activating all the powers that your third eye opening can bring to you. The Tratak is like a simple process that can be done gazing upon a light source, and then once you have gazed enough, you just close your eyes and try to imagine that light source for a certain duration. Right? So that is how Tratak can help. It's a very powerful exercise, but yeah, you have to do it under expert guidance. The third thing I would like to say is that third eye is somewhere that is connected to your spiritual world, to the spiritual world. The first 5 chakras are connected to the physical dimension. The 6th one, that is your third eye, is connected to the spiritual dimension as well as the crown chakra. Right? So what happens is, to develop your spiritual chakra, you have to develop your spirituality. It is necessary that you start connecting with the spiritual world, you start learning something or the other that's of spiritual nature. Okay, and that is going to help you to bring powers to your third eye. Because see, why I say that you need to learn something or the other in the spiritual field, it's just that so that you get a direction, your powers get a direction. Because before you develop your powers, before you start developing your powers, those are dormant powers. They are first going to require a direction, and the more pure, the more positive, and the more divinely guided your direction is, the more powerful are your spiritual powers going to be. Right? So yes. And then the next thing is, in order to develop your spiritual powers, there might be certain habits, there might be certain part of your lifestyle in your physical dimension. Yeah, with the 5 chakras, physical dimension, it might be that something or the other in your day-to-day lifestyle or your day-to-day habits, it might not be good for your spiritual development. It might not be good for your spiritual development, and you have to be the best judge for that. What are those problems? What are those drawbacks that are drawing you down? Right? Yeah, you may also need expert help if you just feel that everything is right with you, and still if things are not working out, you may actually need the help of an expert. Then there is one more powerful technique, which is Om word, and you have to say the Om without opening your mouth. Okay, so it's going to sound like I hope you get it. So what you have to do is try to breathe in and breathe out. Try to take very deep breaths. Take a very deep breath, and then you have to let it go as much longer as you can, okay, without breathing in the next time. So yeah, it can be like for a few, like 15 to 20 seconds, that you will be able to do that Om without opening your mouth. So yeah, that's a very powerful technique, and do that with your closed eyes. That is where, because you know, when you have your eyes open, your mind will be wandering everywhere, and when you are generating that energy with the chant, let that energy just be within you. Your eyes are window to the world, right? So it's better that you keep them closed while you are doing some spiritual exercises, so that you can let that spiritual energy that's being generated, you can let that spiritual energy work upon the intentions that you have set just before beginning that doing that work. Okay, just before you began doing that technique, you had some intention that you wanted to develop your third eye, and that is why you started that chant, right? So yes, so that spiritual energy that is generated from that chant, it will work towards the set intention that you have had before you began that practice, right? Then the final practice I would like to say is, have this process. Now there is a pranayam technique that is very good for developing your third eye. See, third eye, it's connected with the spiritual dimension. It's considered to be the window to the spiritual world. Your physical eyes are considered the window to the physical world. Spiritual third eye is considered the window to the spiritual world, and that is where the spiritual world is very, very vast. In order that you make yourself strong enough to have all the powers through your third eye, you have to actually first develop and strengthen your inner systems and strengthen all the other 5 chakras, so that you can get ready, that you are able to accept whatever is getting received from this third eye. And the pranayam that I just talked about, Purak, Kumbhak, Rechak, is going to help you to develop all those spiritual powers. It's going to help you to develop that inner strength so that you can accept those spiritual powers. So how that pranayam can be done? Okay, so it's just a simple process. You have to breathe in and then hold your breath. Like this has to be for the count of 1:4:2, and you can increase the number of seconds or the number of counts as much as you feel that you have begun to master this process. And then breathe out for 2 seconds. I hope you got that. Breathe in for 1 second, hold your breath for 4 seconds, and breathe out for 2 seconds. So yeah, it increases. You have to increase this duration as you begin to master this process. And initially I would like to suggest that just try to do the 1:4:2 ratio. Try to master it for the first week, and try to increase the duration slowly and gradually for the upcoming weeks, like 2:8:4, and then 3:6 is 3:9:6, etc. You can do it like every week. You can just increase one count, so that it can just be very, very gradual process for you, right? But this has to be done consistently. You have to do it consistently so that you increase your inner strength and inner powers, so that you are strong enough to accept the spiritual powers. Okay, so yeah, so this is like a very short video on how to develop your third eye. I hope that you like this. If you have liked this video, hit the like button. If you feel that somebody in your around you or in your friends or family is trying to search about this information, try to share this information with them. Yeah, they'll be very, very thankful to you, and I will see you again in my next video. Until then, keep following the path of your soul's purpose, because you are born for a reason. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.